Hi everyone, my name is Humberto Baltar. I am the founder of Black Parents Community, and it's a pleasure for me to address the Rio de Janeiro Model United Nations. The topic for today, when the world is silence, even one voice becomes powerful, is really in tune and in sync with everything we have been doing in our community, because we truly believe in the principles of African ancestry. And one of those principles is the principle of umoja. Umoja is a Swahili word which means unity. That is, in one person, there is everything that belongs to the community. All the principles, all the expectations, and all the potential that there is in the whole community, in the whole world, lies also in the individuals. That's why it is so important for us to be in groups, to be communicating with others, to be always exchanging ideas so that we can become better. And we have also the potential to inspire others. And this is what we have been doing on a daily basis, even unwillingly. When we strive for something we believe in, when we try to pursue a dream that we have been cultivating for long, and people see us trying to do this, they get inspired to do the same for their dreams and even to help us achieve our dreams. That's the power of willingness. That's why I'm here, because from this experience, a personal experience I had back in 2018, a whole community was born. So let me tell you this story pretty quickly. One day before Father's Day in 2018, my wife, Taina, she told me this news that I was going to be a parent. She said, "You're going to be a father." And then I became really, wow, I can't even express in words. So joyful. I was so happy when I got this news. But minutes later, I realized I'm here in Brazil, a country where there are so many cases of racism, sometimes even involving small kids, little children. I remember months ago there was an episode like that. A girl who was just 2 years old was attacked on the social media by people who were offending her, talking about her hair, making horrible comments. Just 2 years old. And thinking about cases like that, I thought, oh my goodness, how can I empower my son? How can I teach him the value of the Black ancestry, the value of his heritage, his appearance, and everything that his ancestors have left for him? So I asked in the social media, does anybody know a Black father to introduce me to him so that I can talk about masculinity, fatherhood, talk about love and affection? And it was interesting because that question went viral, and Black fathers from all the country came in my rescue, and they suggested me to open a group on WhatsApp to talk about paternity. And our conversations, they had been so powerful because those men started seeing how powerful it is to be heard, how powerful it is to be really understood by other people who undergo the same oppressions that we undergo, who face the same challenges we do. And this experience was so remarkable that the sisters, mothers, daughters of those men became inspired by our initiative and decided to participate too. And because we were, at that time, a male-only group, we decided to open a second group. So, Black Mothers and Black Fathers together. And this group became also so important and potent that people really became attracted to this initiative. And then women decided to open their group, Black Mothers. And a while after, there was the terrible assassination of George Floyd in the United States. And this made movements throughout all over the globe towards anti-racism. So non-blacks here in Brazil decided to understand a little bit more about empowerment. Not only white families who had adopted black children, but also educators and managers, leaders who had a diverse team and wanted to know a little bit more about the plurality we have here in Brazil, because we live in a continental culture and our country is huge. So they decided that they needed to know more about all this ethnic diversity we have in the country. So they decided to join the group as well. But because Pais Pretos was a black people only group, we decided to open a fourth space called Parents. Just that. Parents. And in this group, it was really interesting because we had not only parents, but as I said, educators, leaders, and all kinds of people from all walks of life. And from a family perspective, we started to inspire businesses to address the plurality in their teams, talking about the Afro-Brazilian culture, talking about paternity in another perspective, in a more inclusive perspective. And this was so amazing that we started speaking not only to companies, but also to schools like this one. And people saw how powerful it is to make your voice heard. I am here right now because in 2018, back there, I made my voice heard. I didn't know how to empower my son, so I decided to ask for help on the social media. And then from the social media, we started speaking to groups of fathers, and then later, groups of mothers, groups of parents, groups of teachers later, groups of students, groups of leaders in companies. I would never imagine that I would someday be talking to multinationals about this topic, about the diversity, about racial equity, about inclusion, about empowerment. This had never crossed my mind. That's why this topic that you have chosen to discuss today is so wonderful, because this topic can show us that one person can change the whole world. On that day, one day before Father's Day in 2018, when I asked for help, how could I imagine that now, in 2021, I would be having a direct impact on the lives of over 100,000 families on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, YouTube, Twitter, and all the social media, and out of the social media as well. I have been speaking to schools, institutions, public and private organizations. So that's the power of making your voice heard. And coming back to the principle of umoja, unit. That's the point. The struggles you undergo, the pressure, the difficulties, the challenges, the questions, all of that cross everybody's minds. We are one, Umoja. So when you make your voice heard, when you fight against oppression, you inspire other people, you touch other hearts. And that's the whole definition of success in African culture. Success, in this perspective, is not what you achieve alone in life. Success is your impact on the community. How many hearts you touch, how many life stories you change, how many people you inspire. That's success in African culture. And that's why I felt really enthusiastic to be here. I said, my goodness, I have to be there, because people need to know that they really have that power in their hands if they just believe they can. So that's my message for all of you today. Believe in your potential. You can. No matter what, you can. That's the message. Believe in you. You can count on me personally on that mission. Yeah, I'm being honest. You can look for me over the social media. Just call me and I'll be there. Not only me, but all our community. Pais Pretos community, you can count on us, because we have been achieving so much from one single person's problem, insecurity, and question. Nowadays, we have a whole community, because one person dared to expose their insecurity, their fear, their uncertainty. So don't be afraid to show your doubts. Don't be afraid to show your fear, because the whole power you have may lie there. It might be there, hidden behind your fear. So don't be afraid to show it. There is a lot of power inside of you, inside your heart. So that's my message for you. Dare to open your minds. Dare to open, to pour your heart out. Think out of the box. That's my message. There are a lot of disruptive concepts in African ancestry. I'm just talking here about one, Umoja. But there are way other more. Ubuntu, for example, it's another precious concept. I am because we are. But that's a discussion for another day. Today, I really want to inspire you to pursue your dreams, and don't be afraid to expose yourself, expose your doubts, expose your questions, expose your fear, because there might lie the whole power to change the society, to change the whole world. Thank you very much for this opportunity to share with you, and you can count on me, because we are one. Umoja.